now. It's humanity versus these reptilian Annunaki races. Unfortunately, your gangstalkers, they are protecting the reptilian race. Why? Because so far, the information that I have been digging around in is it goes back to Egypt. Okay. I do want to give you a heads up that I watched a little bit of Alex Collier's webinar. It was June 16th. He does talk about Nibiru. And I just want to let you know that, again, this whole thing is going to be a psyops program. It will be from the military. They have the technology. Okay, so you're really going to have to dig deep, and no matter what, just believe in yourself. Okay, they are using EMR. The last few days I've been under attack big time. And I want to let you know that Nibiru is a family. Okay, there are two families, Nibiru and Annunaki. Moses was from the Nibiruian line. There were 7 brothers and 1 sisters. Okay, Alex Collier mentions about the 4D. I am telling you up front, your 4D, your 4-dimensional is you. It's your pineal gland. When you go to sleep, EMR. Okay, when you go to sleep, that's you. Okay, it's the natural you. Okay. Every single human being on this planet should be able to have natural dreams, okay, with no interference. 7D is your chakra system, okay? And all you TIs out there, I want you to know, do not deny what you see. Do not deny your gifts, okay? All this technology, in my honest opinion, comes from us, okay? The reptilian race has stolen from us, okay? Let me show you a picture of something, okay? Hold on. All right. Here's the Annunaki, okay? Here's a guy, he's holding a pine cone. That's your pineal gland, okay? They're holding on to it, okay? All right, this is them, all right? You have to believe me that they are manipulating us. They've been doing it for thousands of years, okay? And they're using technology to manipulate mankind the way they want the world to go, okay? This is everything and everyone, okay? Okay? Now, I want to go over some stuff. Like I said, Alex Collier mentions Nibiru, which tells me that, yes, this thing is still going to go down. Your second cup, Nibiru, Planet X deal, whatever you want to call it, it's still going to happen. 4th density, that's you. When you go to sleep at night, that's REM. Okay? That should be an organic dream, but apparently not everybody's having organic dreams. Let's see, 7D is the 7 chakras, that's you again. Okay, he did address the TI problem about scalar waves. Folks, you're just going to have to endure it. Hang tough. I'm going through it. The last few days I've been heavily attacked. Pretty bad. So, like I said, you always want to remember who you are, and it's not coming from you. There is mass manipulation going on. He did mention the scalar waves and how if you put mirrors around your body mentally, you can deflect the scalar waves around, but that doesn't really work because we all are infected with chemtrails. Some of us have implants. So he did say it comes from the Orion and the regressive group, and that would be your reptilians, okay? Now, let's go through some reading here. First off, I want to go into some art history pages. Okay, this is Akhenaten. Notice he's got a little bit of a belly, okay? And then I want to take you to the Venus of Willendorf. Okay, you know, big body, reptilian head, okay? So what I'm trying to compare to you is that the health problems back then are the same health problems we're having now. This is an overactive thyroid, okay? Akhenaten had an overactive thyroid, okay? I did a little research and that's what happened, okay? Now, let me read to you what Mrs. Cantrell has said. She said, we are seeing much of here that plagued Akhenaten and others also. He definitely has an overactive thyroid. Okay, and then she spells it Galactorea, Galactorea has set in. His breasts as it did in the terrible one. His hips are like the woman's as fat deposits accumulate, as in Akhenaten. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is all the stuff repeats itself. Okay, even their pharaohs had health problems. Okay, nothing's perfect. Okay, so I want all you TIs to know it's not you. Okay, it's not you. All right, it's the environment that we're living in. Okay, so none of the pharaohs were perfect. Okay, I want to point that out. Now, let's go to 29. All right, Lana Cantrell, she writes here, man was made in the image of God, but which one? The Nibiru and the Annunaki all had horns, but the former were of those of Michelangelo's Moses. And the Annunaki line is like the goat or the ram. Okay, so let me get you a picture of Moses here. Bear with me. Okay, here's a picture of Moses. Notice the horns? Okay. I know you all are probably saying that's his hair and all that stuff. It might be, but that's what she's pointing out in her book. Okay? He's Nibiru. He's Nibiruian line. Okay? Now, let's go to... I ran into this paragraph kind of by accident. However, a popular fourth type always showed bullocks' horns on helmets. This is the only time the Anunnaki had reason for these particular cattle horns. I think it's safe to say that the Nibiru men had bullock-type horns and the Anunnaki had the ram. Okay? So I wanted to let you know on that. Now, Nibiru are the bullocks, okay, and they are the lion, represents the lion, which represents Jesus, okay, the lion / cat, okay. Anunnaki, so far all I found is ram, okay. Now let me read, I've got to read something else too. 20-6. The gold-plated horns on the bullocks may have been a reference to the stubby horns of the gods, which were later discussed as the Egyptian reference tells us, too, that the gods did have them. In the Veda, many have done in spite Indra and his people. The ears and the horns and the Anunnaki had lost. Okay, so she's just saying basically, yes, okay. The bullocks had type of horns, and so did the Anunnaki. They both had horns. Okay, but these were like more of the bulls and these were more of a ram type. Okay, now let me see here. 33-57. Okay, this next stuff I'm going to talk about is about Thoth. Okay. Now, in Lana Cantrell's research, she says here, let us look at our next figure, plate number 45, and she says, note the tail. Well, thank goodness there's nothing in any ancient text that says that normal gods had tails. For an upright species, it would be awkward anyway because you could not sit. Note, he is wearing the special headgear and carries a staff and another object, which is no doubt a sensory device. It is the tail that is interesting. They are shown so often in Egyptian art, but have forever remained a mystery. Many African tribes kept the custom going, as well as the Amerindians. As I must say, the bustle is a remnant of it as well. Even Thoth is shown wearing a tail as well as Anubis, as they tended to the dead, I guess. Okay, she says, why do animals have tails? They are sure good at batting flies. Well, anyways, she says here, they have tails for the same reason they have horns and antlers. The tail is just a section of the spine, and the spine, like a bone, is comprised of all the famous electrical conductor, calcium. Tails are thus another sensory device. As stated, it has been found that calcium responds to electromagnetic fields. Also, gamma aminobutyric acid, GABA, does as well, which means considerable electrical binding and reactions to the organism is ongoing. Okay, she says here, and she's kind of joking around, but she goes, wouldn't it be nice, though, to have an appendage that could warn you ahead of time to guide your actions? This is the tail in the animals, but what in man? Okay, so what she's showing you, let me get you to this picture here, plate number 45. Okay, hold on. Here. This is a picture of Thoth, okay? What she's pointing out here is the appendage right here. Right here. Okay? She's saying that's a tail, and it's in all the Egyptian art. Okay? Okay, she's saying that this is just a sensory device, okay? So, that tells you that we have this, all this stuff is going back to Egypt so far. Alright? Now, let's see here. 3357. I think I already read that, but well, okay, she just goes on about, animals and stuff like that, but anyways, what I wanted to show you was, like I said, you had your Venus of Willendorf that had an overactive thyroid. Okay, so did Akhenaten. Okay, a little bit of a belly there. Okay, so no one's perfect. Okay, so a lot of this stuff goes all the way back to our history. All the problems we have right now, all of our health problems, So basic stuff like thyroid problems did occur back then, okay? Because I was like in art history going, well, why would they, show an overweight person? Aren't they, eat meat and vegetables, and hunter and gatherers, right? Well, this is, head of a reptile. A lot of people say, look at this, but what I'm looking at is I'm showing you how our health problems haven't gone away. So, anyhow, what I do want to emphasize is you have to know what love is, because they want your worship, is what they want. 80 to 90% of the population right now really want your worship, okay? They want you to go down this road. And I hate to say it, they want you to go down the Jesus road. What I'm trying to tell you very calmly is, if and when this whole big event occurs, you want to walk your road, okay? Don't go where all the rats go, okay, in the maze, okay? You don't want to do it. Right? They are using technology, that is us, upon us to enslave us. Does that make sense? They're using technology, that is us, to enslave us. And that's what they're doing. Okay? They're twisting it around. And what I'm doing, I don't enjoy getting on YouTube. Okay? But, I have to tell you what's going on, because you know, I'm walking the streets with this